Hello, welcome to TAP. I hope you're doing well and I'm glad you are here. This course is going to be a transformation course, a 30-day transformation course, okay? TAP stands for the Alchemist's Pivot, okay? I do have my notes here. This is a PDF that I created. And if you would like your own copy of the PDF, I can email this to you. I am asking for a small donation of at least $1 or whatever your heart desires to put on top of that, but at least $1 donation, and I will email you your own copy of the PDF that you can print out, or you can just download it onto your device if you wish to. But these are going to be the course notes that we're going to go over. And like I said, it's a 30-day course. There's going to be 3 phases in the course, which we will go over. And what you will need some things. I feel like you will need some things like maybe a small steno like this, that you may want to take with you maybe from day to day to remind yourself, because every day is going to come with a goal, a sample exercise, and a power prompt. So for your power prompt of the day, you may want to write it down in the rising or, in the evening, and take it and put it in your, purse, your billfold, wallet, whatever, your duffel bag or your, briefcase or whatever it is. These are 3 of these for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, if you have one close to you, or you can go to Walmart and get some index cards and maybe write that on there. I think it's small enough to slide into any, like I said, billfold, wallet, purse, or something, just as a reminder to pull it out if you need to be reminded of your power prompt. If you feel like your power is slipping away, sovereignty is slipping away, or, just feeling stressed and you want to just be reminded to calm down, then I think that these are going to be some great tools, either this little small steno or the index cards. And in this, we're going to go day by day to read your goal, your sample exercise, and your power prompt. And I'm also going to choose a corresponding tarot card for that day. Now, this course is evergreen. Okay, so you can go and come back to this video if you wish to. And there are going to be several other courses that will come up. I may do this once a month, once a week, or just whenever I feel like I want to put up like a power course for the day. You can kind of pick and choose when you want to go in and out of the courses. It's at your discretion. But we're going to also tap into 2 oracle decks. I really feel like if you want to, go ahead and grab a snack or a drink while we go through this course, this 30-day course. But one of the decks is the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. And that deck came to me. I asked my daughter to choose the deck, so that's what she chose, and it made me think, yes, we are talking about tapping in, as the alchemist, and so I grabbed a couple of my teas that you may want to get into if you can find them. That you have the third eye chakra tea, because connecting with herbs may help, open you up, relax you, make you rest, or different things like that. But I feel like connecting to herbs, since she did grab that deck, is going to be, a powerful tool for you to connect in with, and for support for the next 30 days. And also peppermint tea. Peppermint helps you to, be open to receive messages, downloads. Okay, so maybe peppermint tea, or maybe chewing gum. Peppermint gum would be good, to kind of calm your nerves and, help you tap in. Meditating with peppermint, things like that. But we're going to get into the course, and it, like I said, it is a 30-day alchemical action plan. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the tarot. I got this small table here, but let me get organized. Let's go and shuffle the tarot, and I'm just going to shuffle do a 3 shuffle, but one time. I'm not going to go and shuffle every day. For every day, I'm going to just do my main shuffle, and then we'll just pull the cards as they come through the deck, however they are coming through. But we'll give this a real good shuffle. And I'll put the decks in the description box as well. because this one is the Sisterhood of something tarot. Okay. I'm just going to take my time with these courses so that you can hear me clearly, get thorough understanding of what's going on or what could be going on. I want to pull the tarot to see what the energy is, like what archetype or, you know, what action steps that will help you based on the energy. What should you be embracing? Is it a major arcana, minor arcana, things like that? Okay. Let me know if you love these types of courses. I'm trying to implement tarot into, you know, into almost everything I do because I love tarot. So a lot of people are creating courses, but I'm finding, trying to find innovative ways to connect the tarot into our daily life. Okay. So, all right. I think that's a good enough shuffle. And we're going to put our Shiva Lingam crystal on here in case the wind blows. Okay. So first we have phase 1. Now we're doing this on January 3rd, 2026. And I really wanted to tap into the energy of 2026. Although, like I said, this course is evergreen. It doesn't matter when it is. This is going to help you to be able to pivot and to be able to handle day-to-day stressors or, you know, challenges. You understand? And to tap into your true sovereignty, your true power. You understand? So this is, like I said, it is TAP. It is the acronym for the Alchemist's Pivot. This is the transformation of your life. It's saying transform your life in 30 days. Okay. So first phase is the Magician's Workshop. Your internal power is what we're going to be talking about for the first 10 days. This is going to help you with self-mastery, setting intentions, and becoming energetically aligned. Okay. I would have connected astrology to it, but that would change the evergreen energy of it. You know what I'm saying? Because things astrologically are changing. But if you know how to decipher the, you know, what the astrology is meaning, or what you could do is you could go to AstroSeek. I will link that in the description. You can go to AstroSeek and it'll tell you what are all the transits for each month. And you can look that up, and you can even type into Google or something like that and say, okay, like for example, today is a full moon in Cancer. You can go and say, what does the full moon in Cancer mean? At, you know, it's at a certain degrees of something. What does that mean? And also today, Venus is sextile with our North Node. So you can tap in astrologically also as you go through this 30-day transformation, and see what the astrology is doing for that day. You know what I mean? And for the next 30 days from when you start this, what is the astrology doing each day? What are the major transits? Because AstroSeek will show you that. And if I can go to it on my, I will link the calendar for January in there for you, but it changes. You know, you can choose from month to month and day to day. So I'll let you be able to navigate AstroSeek from that link that I connect in the description box. Okay. So the theme for the first 30 days is before the world changes, you change. Okay. And so your first tarot card, the tarot card for the first day, you have the Two of Wands. You have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands could represent travel. It could represent you coming into this seeking transformation because you're ready for change. You are possibly at a crossroads and you don't know what action steps to take, because the wands are about action steps. Okay. Now, since I am sitting outside, I hope that you'll be able to hear me clearly with all of the natural outdoor sounds that may come through the video. Okay. But the Two of Wands is saying, like, maybe your heart is saying you're ready to travel. You see, she's got the world in her hand. Maybe your soul is feeling like telling you, like, maybe your soul is telling you, listen, the world is your oyster. So you're feeling like you're ready to travel. You're ready to, you know, step into, you know, this new phase or something, a new version of the self. It could be a number of things, but it is this energy of you may be at a crossroads and you don't know which action step to take. Do I stay where I'm comfortable, or do I go explore? Should I explore my options? But I know your soul is feeling like that. So the Two of Wands is your connector card for day one. And day one is saying claim the tools. Your goal for day one is acknowledge your inner resources. That is magician energy. 2026 is magician energy, and it is also the wheel of fortune energy, because 2, 2, and 6 equal 10. But most of the time we break it down to the smallest numeral, and we get the 1. That's where the magician comes in. And the magician does use all of the resources, physical resources, to materialize the manifestations of the magician's heart. You understand? The wheel is saying things are constantly changing. This is why you're at a pivotal point and you feel like you're ready for change. Day one, this is why you would be attracted to this course in the first place, most likely because you are ready for change. You're ready to do something different, or go someplace, visit someplace, or travel, or something like that. Okay? Your soul could be seeking adventure. Your soul, like your I want to say your soul, but it's like maybe your conscious mind is saying that, I want something different. I want to really embrace something different this year. That could be what it is, but it could be so many things. But your goal is to acknowledge your inner resources, which means you have what it takes. You already have everything that it takes to get started, to doing something. That you already have what it takes. You understand? Your sample exercise is write a list of skills, experiences, and strengths you already possess. It may help you to light a candle as you do, as you go through. Maybe light a candle, and you do have the Two of Wands, so connecting in with fire energy. The 10 is connected to the Wheel of Fortune, which is connected to the planet of Jupiter. And Jupiter is Sagittarius's ruling planet. Okay? So, working with candles could be beneficial for you, throughout this 30-day transformation. Your power prompt for day one is everything I need to begin already exists within me. Everything I need to begin already exists within me. Okay. So for day two, your card is the Hierophant. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is about commitment, marriage, long-term commitment to something. Day two is talking about focus the wheel. Focus the wheel. This is the Hierophant is connected to Taurus energy. The Taurus is connected to our second house, the house of owning things, the house of material things, materializing something, having faith. The Hierophant, having faith, learning life's lessons, especially what happened the last time your soul was calling you to do or go somewhere. You had the resources, but you had a fear of going there or doing that. This is about learning and teaching. And always, being the teacher and the student, you always have something to teach someone else from the experiences of your journey. And there's always room to learn something, always room for growth. And that is a key factor. Keep that, having that mindset. And, having a practical plan. Taurus energy is about having a practical plan and sticking to that with the unshakable faith that everything is already worked out. But, maybe it's just you're at this point to where you're being called to go and do something. You don't know because you don't know Spirit's plan. You know what I'm saying? But focus the wheel. Your goal for day two is strengthen concentration and intention. Your sample exercise is saying spend 5 minutes visualizing a single goal without distraction. Meditate. Look at it. So your power prompt for day two is My focused will bends reality in my favor. My focused will bends reality in my favor. And I believe I'm going to put timestamps. I'll go back through all of this and put timestamps for each of the days. Okay. So day 3, your tarot card is the Ace of Wands. Something significant about sunflowers. But this is like, the Ace of Wands could mean a type of attraction. Maybe by day 3, the law of attraction is already activated for you. Maybe by day 3, you'll be feeling like this new sense of inspiration with the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning. Anytime you have an ace, that represents a new beginning. Okay, remember I was talking about the one, the magician. So the Ace of Wands is this new beginning. The third day is saying rewrite your inner narrative. Identify limiting beliefs. Your sample exercise is write one belief that weakens you. Then rewrite it as an empowering truth. Your power prompt for day 3 is, I am the author of my internal world. I am the author of my internal world. So day 4, your tarot card is the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups coming out on day 4. This is you literally pouring into yourself. Also showing yourself an immense amount of compassion. This is you following your intuition. You know how they say the women's intuition, a woman's intuition. Following that. Day 4 is about energy awareness. Your goal is going to notice your energy rises and falls. And since this is Queen of Cups, you know, the Queen is the magnetic energy that draws in, you know, so you are most likely a highly empathic person and you absorb other energies. This could also mean that you take on a lot. Your energy rises and falls is saying like, pay attention to the people and places that you are that either bring you energy or absorb too much of your energy that make you tired. Energy awareness is day 4's focus. Your goal for day 4 is notice how your energy rises and falls. Your sample exercise is track when you feel energized versus drained throughout the day. Where are you? Who are you with? You understand? Your power prompt is, my energy is sacred and I steward it wisely. I steward it wisely. Can't just be giving all your energy away. You know what I'm saying? So your card for day 5 is the Roy of Pentacles. This would be the Knight of Pentacles. You got the bull right here. The Knight of Pentacles is slow, steady, methodical, you know, action steps forward. Taking methodical action steps forward. This is using your discernment. Let me sit with this for a minute before I take action on it. Day 5 here is talking about conscious choice. Let me think about that before I consume that, before I take that on like this Queen of Cups, before I give that any of my energy. And, you know, let me think about how much of my energy I want to give the situation that I'm dealing with today. And the Knight of Cups the Knight of Pentacles is also about stability. Okay. Conscious choice is the focus for day 5. And your, oh my gosh, I don't see the goal. When I printed this, the goal kind of got cut off. So I would have to put day 5's goal. I'll put it down here on the screen. But your sample prompt is pause before one daily habit and choose to do it mindfully. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Your power prompt for day 5 is I act with purpose, not habit. I act with purpose, not habit. Okay. Your card for day 6 is the 8 of Wands. Got the 8 of Wands. I got to cover her chi-chis up. So the 8 of Wands represents a fast moving energy. It's one of the fastest moving energies, in the tarot. The 8 of Wands, when it shows up, it could be you taking on a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot coming at you all at once. It could be connected to social things, a lot of emails. It could be, a lot of people reaching out on social media. It could be, just you absorbing a lot of the energies from what you're looking at on social media or it's something like that. But it is fast moving energy. Okay. And, the 8 of Wands is a good energy, but you do have like what we call good stress and bad stress, but even the good stress can be inundating. Okay. So day 6 is emotional alchemy. Emotional alchemy. Your goal is transform emotion into fuel. And this 8 of Wands, the Wands will be like the fire, the fuel. What is lighting you up? This is what you need to give your energy to. Okay. Transform emotion into fuel. Your sample exercise is channel a strong emotion into writing, movement, or art. And I feel like if you channel your emotion into writing, movement, or art, you document that and you put it out on social media, something amazing is going to happen. It could change your life real fast. 8 of Wands. It could change your life real fast, and you'll be singing praises because it looks like she's saying hallelujah. Thank you, universe. You know what I'm saying? Your power prompt says, my emotions are raw power, not obstacles. My emotions are raw power, not obstacles. For day 7, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is the 7th major arcana. I really feel like if you were here, you may feel like you're out of alignment, but you really aren't. You're really in alignment. We're always where we need to be when we need to be there, whether it feels good or bad or indifferent or whatever. So on your 7th day, you got the 7th major arcana. This is going to be a major, by the last day of the first week in this 30-day transformation, man, you're going to be feeling like powering forward. You're going to be feeling like you're walking in destiny. And I think you're going to be excited for what the rest of the other 3 weeks will bring forward in your life or will navigate you to. But this is also a bicycle. You see how his horse is back there in the clouds. But you have a bicycle right here. This is like, take it easy. Take it easy. I feel like you're going to be very excited by day 7 with the transformation that's going to be happening internally for sure. Okay. And so day 7 is silence and signal. Your goal is strengthen intuition. Now, the Chariot is also connected to the Cancerian energy, which is your deep, your deep emotions. It's your 4th house energy. It's connected to your roots, your family roots, your family ties, deep rooted things, karma, trauma. Karma can be, light and shadow. Everything has light and shadow. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being water element, strengthen your intuition. Take it slowly, but I feel like you're going to start seeing slower signals that your intuition is getting stronger, more powerful, like the horses, which is going to put you in a place where you follow that intuition and you're really not afraid of, you set yourself free by not, listening to your fears. You know what I mean? And you take a power step forward. But you're not rushing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush it. Your intuition is getting stronger by day 7. Okay? And just know that it is. And a lot of you will be feeling it, a strong sense of change. So your sample exercise is spend 10 minutes in silence, listening inwardly. Your power prompt for day 7 is my inner voice speaks clearly when I listen. Your card for day 8 is the 5 of Pentacles. Now, the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like by day 8, you might be feeling a disconnect. You might be feeling like you don't have a lot of support. You might be remembering, reminiscing or thinking back on the challenges that you have faced in this material world, because the Pentacles are material. You may be thinking about the challenges that you have been facing and maybe feeling all alone, or feeling like you have a lack of resources. Or maybe you're wondering, why have you been placed here, or why did I choose this journey where I have a lack of resources? Why would I choose this journey? Maybe you're asking these questions to the divine because day 8 is the infinity sign, and I really feel like by day 8 you will realize that the divine is saying, I'm not going to give you anything more than you can handle at the time. I'm just not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So this is you stepping really into your power, into your sovereignty, saying, even if I don't have the support of those who I wish I had the support of, I'm going to continue to power forward, because I know that I'm not going to be dealt something more than I can handle. So I must be able to endure this and make it through this. Okay. Day 8, wow, inner authority. Trust your decisions is your goal. Trust your decisions. Because like I said, we are, even when we make a choice or a decision that puts us out, you know what I'm saying, in whatever way, shape, or form, we were meant to experience that. So it's a learning lesson after that. It is connected to the 5, which is going back to the Hierophant. All the 5s are connected to the Hierophant. All the 7s are connected to the Chariot, and so on, in the major arcana. So trust your decisions. And don't be hard on yourself. That's when you go back and tap into your Queen of Cups and show yourself compassion. You will get out of it. Trust. Okay, trust your decisions. The sample exercise for day 8 is make one decision today without seeking validation. Your power prompt is I trust myself completely. I trust myself completely. So for day 9, your tarot card is the Queen of Swords. The Nine of Batons. This will be the Queen of Wands. Yeah, the batons will be wands. The Queen of Wands. So now you're starting to attract. The Queen of Wands is that Leo energy, that energy of, how people say, thy will be done. This is that energy you're in by day 9. You're feeling like a powerful manifester in some way, shape, or form. And she's barely clothed. So, by day 9, you could be feeling vulnerable as well, for sure. You could be feeling a little bit vulnerable, but powerful at the same time. This is you facing fears. Because I see you putting yourself out there, even though you feel vulnerable. Even though you may not feel like you have that much coverage or protection or whatever it is, you just have this trust, and you're like, I know what I deserve, and I'm here for it, and I'm not giving up. The number 9 is connected to endings. So by day 9, you're in this energy of, I'm tired of, holding back on what it is that I know I deserve. I'm going to power forward regardless, because I am resilient, like the 9 of Wands. So the day 9, the focus is identity upgrade. Identity upgrade. The goal for day 9 is to step into a higher self-image. Look at that. Step into a higher self-image. Your sample exercise is write a paragraph describing your future self in the present tense. Describing your future self in the present tense. I am whatever it is you feel like is your future self. I am this, I am that. You know what I mean? Your power prompt, I am becoming who I envision. I am becoming who I envision. And the Queen of Wands, that's a powerhouse. You hear me? So day 10, your tarot card is the Devil in reverse. Day 10 is the new beginning. Like I say, it's the time when things change. So you're not easily manipulated, or you're becoming more you're becoming less codependent on someone or a situation or just anything like that. You are detaching, you are releasing. And you are saying things like the devil is a lie. That is what you are saying. Day 10, this is saying seal the workshop. Because day 10 is the last day of the first, you could say deacon, the first phase. It is the last day of the first phase. Because this is going in 3 phases, 10 days each phase. Okay. Your goal is integrate internal shifts. Integrate internal shifts. Your sample exercise is reflect on changes you've noticed in thought and feeling up until this day. Your power prompt for day 10 is my inner foundation is strong and stable. Strong and stable, just like that Knight of Pentacles that you had. Okay. Let me take a sip of my juice before I get into the second phase. Hibiscus tea may be a good herb for you to connect in with too. Blue lotus tea. I think it's split pea tea or something like that. It's a blue tea. It kind of looks like blue lotuses. Okay, so let's move into the second phase. Now, the second phase is mastering the wheel. This is going to be about environmental awareness. Days 11 through 20 is going to be focused on patterns, timing, and external influence. And I love how the devil came out in reverse for day 10. It's like, I will not be manipulated by outside forces. And then you come into the second phase. And you see, I shuffle the tarot right here. So this is very powerful. You understand? So listen, the theme, learn the rhythms of the world so you can move with them, not against them. Okay. So day 11, your tarot card is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. This is that perseverance energy. I would not let anything that I'm dealing with, any kind of ailments, any kind of distractions, any kind of, anything, wounds or anything, I will not let that stand in the way of what I'm after, the change that I'm seeking. I'm going to power forward regardless. So day 11, this is about pattern recognition. So when the going gets tough, have you always been the one that gets going, or have you been the one to revert back to, I'm seeing orbs. I just saw some orbs. Okay. But, do you usually run away, or do you run into the challenge saying, I know that I can I know that I can make it through this. Okay. Pattern recognition. So the goal is notice repeating cycles in your life. Especially notice the toxic relationships that you have endured or that you're still connected to. Okay. And why? Where is this coming from? Is this due to trauma from my mother's side, from my father's side? Why am I still facing these challenges? Notice the repeating cycles in your life. Your sample exercises identify one recurring pattern, positive or negative. Okay. Let's take it one at a time. Your power prompt for day 11 is, I see the patterns shaping my reality. I see the patterns shaping my reality. So by day 12, your card is the Valet of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. Pages are new beginnings as well. Pages bring the news. Pages is that inner child. Pages is the baby of the court cards. Okay. Now, speaking of the pattern recognition, have you been too connected to childish people? Um, have you been paying attention to your inner child? Have you been paying attention to your inner child? So day 12 is timing over force. Your goal is respect divine timing. Okay. Your sample exercises reflect on when pushing created resistance. Reflect on when pushing created resistance. And that's very important by day 12 because, children don't have this resistance to things. They just explore. So reflect on when pushing created resistance. Just let things flow. Okay. Your power prompt: I act when the wheel turns in my favor. I act when the wheel turns in my favor. And that's using discernment. So day 13, your card is the 10 of Cups. Let me cover up. Okay. So day 13 is the 10 of Cups. This focus is environmental audit. Look at that. And they look like they're surveying their environment. They are naked. So there's a sense of vulnerability there. Your goal is to assess influences around you. Assess your influences around you, especially, are they making you happy? Are they bringing you joy or not? Sample exercise is evaluate people, places, and media you consume. Your power prompt for day 13 is my environment supports my evolution. My environment supports my evolution. So connecting in, see the water, all over the earth, the water, Gaia is reactivating DNA, messages, key codes, and things like that in the waters. Okay, so connecting in with water, bodies of water is going to be significant. And I would say lakes and oceans, maybe rivers because they are always moving, maybe, but lakes and oceans, I would say. Any body of water connected to the mountains is going to be beneficial. Okay, if you can get to it. My environment supports my evolution. 13 is connected to the death card, which is death and rebirth energy, transformation energy. So by day 14, your tarot card is the 8 of Swords. There may be a little bit of confusion, but just know that by day 14 is connected into temperance energy. Things are alchemizing. There could be a lot going on, you know what I'm saying, with the 8 of Swords. This is about having so many thoughts to where you feel like you don't know what to think. So many thoughts that are running through your head to where you could be experiencing maybe like a energetic paralysis, possibly. But have no fear. You can break free from here, Just know that, just take it one thought at a time. But I really feel like there's something in your mindset that's changing so much. And it could be confusing, like for you to... confusing as to how much change can possibly happen in such a short period of time, because you're 2 weeks into a 30-day transformation. You're about halfway through the transformation, and it could be the people, it could be the environment, it could be all these things. It's like I just heard, how can they not get it? How can they not get it? Or maybe you are thinking and you're hard on yourself and you're like, I can't believe that I had this mindset before and all it took was for me to do something like this. But just know that things come when they need to come to you. And just like you'll figure out your way out of whatever, it's going to be in divine timing. You're going to get the download. You see how this sword right here is in the water? I feel like things are going to get moving finally. You're going to break free and your mindset is going to change in a major way by day 14. Day 14 is cause and effect. The goal is understand consequences, Your sample your sample exercise, my bad. Your sample exercise is trace one outcome back to its origin. Your power prompt for day 14 is I plant only the seeds I wish to harvest. I plant only the seeds I wish to harvest. Day 15, your card is the Six of Pentacles. Something is going to balance out for you. You're going to receive something from the work that you have put into your life. Just sticking with this, with 15 days in, just making it halfway through, you're seeing how things are balancing out, how things in your physical world are changing. Maybe even you're going to receive some support. Maybe you're going to receive some type of support, some type of leg up. But for whatever you've been putting out, there's going to be good karma coming in. You understand? At this point, you can like touch it, you can feel it, you can taste it, all these things, the change that is happening. And it's good change. I feel like things are looking up for you by day 15. Day 15 is about adaptability. Now, your goal is practice flexibility. Maybe stretching, doing yoga, things like that might be beneficial. Stretching, moving, Pilates. Pilates and yoga mixed together. So day 15, practice flexibility. Your sample exercise is respond calmly to an unexpected change. Day 15 is right in the center of this 30-day transformation. So this is the pivotal point. You're right in the thick of it. So day 15, I feel like it's going to be the pivotal point in this 30-day transformation. Things are really starting to change. Respond calmly to unexpected change. Your power prompt, I adapt and thrive. I adapt and thrive. So day 16, your card is the Six of Swords. And this is you not worrying. This is you moving forward. Things, I really feel like you have this mindset on day 16 that, I'm not going to let anything hold me back. And I'm especially not going to let my fears, I'm not going to let this human brain and the crazy thoughts that could come through, I'm not going to let that hold me back. I'm going to move forward. I'm going, in a positive direction from here on out. You know what I'm saying? The Six of Swords is, usually recognized as the sense of calm. No worries or not as many worries. Day 16 is talking about external feedback. And we do have the swords. The swords is connected to the mind. It's connected to what people say. It's connected to, what is said and what is thought. Okay. And it is the Six of Swords. The six is the major arcana. This is going to connect you in with the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is connected to Gemini energy, which is the mutable air element. Swords are connected to the air element. And so you did have the Eight of Swords. So I really feel like you're very talented. You have a lot of thoughts, but you have a lot of fears. So maybe you don't jump out there and try new things as quickly or easily because you're like overthinking a lot of things and you're second guessing possibly your brilliance. But I feel like by day 6, you're not doing that. Day 16, you're not doing that. Okay. Day 16 is external feedback. The goal is learn without absorbing judgment. The sample exercise is accept feedback neutrally, extracting only what is useful. I'm not going to worry about any negativity. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not thinking about that. Period. And so as you are changing, toxic people around you, your frenemies, haters, people who are intimidated by the changes, you're stepping into your sovereignty and your power. So, you may have people who, by this time you're changing so much, you may have people who are projecting their fears onto you, which would have normally possibly made you not move forward, but not this time. So you extract only what is useful. I will take your quote unquote constructive criticism, because some of it could be, but some of it may not be. So you extract what is useful. Accept the feedback neutrally. Cool. I'll hear you out. Okay. But your power prompt is, I learn without diminishing myself. I learn without diminishing myself. So by day 17, your card is the 9 of Pentacles. Now this is self-made. This is living a lavish, luxurious life. This is your hard work paying off. Okay. And so by day 17, the focus is flow awareness. Flow awareness. Okay. The goal is identify when things feel effortless. Identify when things feel effortless. Connect into that energy more. And you will receive the 9 of Pentacles is the, Pentacles is earth element. This is the materialization. And this is connected to Virgo. This is connected to a fresh, new, abundant life. Whatever abundance means to you. You understand? It is day 17. 17 is connected with the star card. So I really feel like for some of you, your material resources, your finances, you may be put in a spotlight. You may get a big contract for something. But you have unlocked and you have healed something connected to the trauma from your father's side, because that is usually connected into your material abundance. So by day 17, you've healed something connected with the trauma on your father's side. Flow awareness. The goal, identify when things feel effortless. Sample exercise. Note moments of synchronicity and ease. Your power prompt, I move in harmony with life. I move in harmony with life. And there's a richness to, your life at this point, this harmony and balance. It creates this richness, energy that you're flowing in by day 17. Day 18, wow, look at this. On day 18, you have the 18th major arcana. This is connected in with Cancerian energy also, because this is the moon. Some people connect the moon card with Pisces, but I'm leaning more into the moon being Cancer, because the moon controls the ocean, the currents and things like that. Is that deep feeling, so it could be connected to either one, doesn't matter. But by day 18, there's some type of revelation. The moon is something that's going on in the subconscious, and it could represent a revelation. You see how that started to go off the beeping? That's a confirmation. Now I feel like by day 18, you do have someone in your external environment that may not want to see you walking in your abundance or whatever it is. I feel like something is going to be revealed to you about a lot about yourself, a lot about your subconscious fears. They're going to come to the surface. Day 18 may not be easy. 1 + 8 is 9, and I cannot say that day 18 is going to be easy. This is why day 17 is already telling you, listen and pay attention when things are in synchronicity and when things come like easily, when things are just flowing, because you're going to have to power forward for the next day. You're going to have to be ready, because something is going to come up, an internal fear, something that has been going on in the subconscious is going to come to the forefront in order for you to take control over it, face it, so that you can move forward. Okay? So release control is what the focus is for day 18. The goal is let go where needed. You see the clamps, don't cling on to what is not needed. Okay? The sample exercise is write down what you're trying to control unnecessarily. And that feels like Piscean energy. trying to control something unnecessarily. Power prompt for day 18. I released what no longer requires my grip. Look at the what no longer requires my grip. This course is kind of hilarious the way the cards have lined up with this. You understand? So by day 19, your card is the 6 of Cups. Now the 6 of Cups is reminiscent. This could be an energy of the past. Something or someone from the past could regurgitate. But like I said, with day 18, something in your subconscious, something is coming back up. And you may be in this energy of embracing a childhood dream. Some kind of dream or aspiration or wish could come back to the surface. Maybe you feared getting into that, tapping into that, before this time. But now, I don't think that that's going to be your case. By day 19, the focus is perspective shift. What used to happen in the past, like your perspective is shifting. So whatever happened in the past is not holding you back in your present or your future. So you may be reminiscing on the past, or you may be like looking at your past self, like, prior to this. You may be assessing how you used to feel, how you used to handle things, the things that you used to cling on to emotionally, like the cups. So 19, perspective shift. Your goal is see challenges differently. Your sample exercises reframe a current obstacle as a lesson. Your power prompt for day 19 is every experience teaches me. Every experience teaches me. That goes back to when I was telling you we are where we're supposed to be. It's going to be a great outcome, or it's going to be a lesson to be learned, so that we don't continue to do the same thing over and over and expecting different results or something. So by day 20, by the last day of the second phase, you have the 9 of Swords. She is laying on a chase. She's talking to like a therapist. You may start therapy sessions. You may also get a past life regression session. You may be feeling like you want to get a past life regression session, and somebody here is left-handed. When I look at it this way, they're right-handed, but when I turn it around, I'm seeing left-handed. Somebody is ambidextrous. You're ambidextrous. Day 20, wheel alignment is the focus. The goal is align action with awareness. And don't let things stress you out as much. Okay? The sample experience exercise is adjust one habit based on what you've learned. Adjust one habit based off of what you've learned, and don't lose sleep over things. Okay? Maybe sleep therapy could be listening to frequency videos like on YouTube, have them playing, or find some type of frequency hertz that you can have playing like in the background that may help you sleep. Could be wind chimes, could be anything, could be the sounds of the ocean, could be anything. You find something that will help you sleep. Like a lot of you would be so inspired to where you will be like burning the midnight oil up, writing down ideas. And even though you have these great ideas, you may have a 9 to 5, you got to get up in the morning, but you have so many ideas, you keep waking up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh my gosh. But there's something that your soul wants to express. So a past life regression therapy session may be something that could be beneficial for you by day 20. Your power prompt, I move with wisdom and awareness. I move with wisdom and awareness, meaning I'm not going to allow things to stress me out. I'm wise enough to know that things have already worked out. I just got to keep going. And I'm not going to lose sleep over, pretty much anything. You know what I mean? So phase 3, let's get another, sorry for bumping the camera. Let's get another sip. Phase 3, the great work, the pivot. There could be something significant with the number 47. Number 11, breaking it down, the master number 11, new beginnings. The great pivot, phase 3. The great work, the pivot. Days 21 through 30, the action, embodiment, and the transformation. The theme for the third phase is interchange meets decisive action. Interchange meets decisive action. So day 21, let's see what your card is. You got the Emperor. Who not standing in their power? Who is not standing in that authoritative energy? This is connected to Aries energy. I'm the boss of my life. This is how you feeling as you enter into the third phase. So day 21, the pivot point. This is when things are kind of like organized and things are, coming together. You're seeing how things are coming together for you. The Emperor is, getting things organized. The goal is choose a new direction. Choose a new direction, especially in that mindset and your actions. Because this is fiery energy, Mars energy. Okay? And Mars is action, the action planet. You know what I'm saying? So the goal for day 21 is choose a new direction. Your sample exercise, decide what you are no longer willing to tolerate. I would not tolerate mess. The Emperor. I don't have time for that. Not going to put my energy into this and that anymore. All of these things. Decide what you are no longer willing to tolerate. And you stand in that power. You set boundaries. And you give respect. The Emperor is respected. Period. Okay? And I always hear put respect on my check. So this could be you. You could be starting a new business, a new venture. You could be moving up in wherever you work, But somebody's going to get a power, an authoritative position. But in your life, you're becoming more authoritative in what you will and will not tolerate. This is going to throw a lot of people off. It's going to throw yourself off too, depending on how powerful the change is that you've made up to this point. And your power prompt for day 21 is I choose my next chapter. I choose my next chapter. I love it. And I'm going for it. With the action of the Mars action energy and that Emperor. Look, I'm going for it. I choose this. This is what I want. So I'm going to take those steps to get to where I want to be. Even if it's baby steps. Because it's going to turn into an empire. You can envision that. You can see it. So by day 22, your card is the 9 of Swords. The 4 of Swords. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here looking at it backwards. Okay. So the 4 of Swords. Is somebody here dyslexic? And here's my left-handed person that I saw. Here's the left-handed person that I saw. So somebody may be battling dyslexia. Okay. 4 of Swords is this a rest period. Day 22 is about embodied action. The goal is align body and intention. So listen to your body. Rest and relax when you need to, but don't become this, don't embody this energy of procrastination. Okay. So if you used to procrastinate, now you're stepping into your power and you're not procrastinating anymore. The 4 of Swords. And you're less worried. Like I said, you're less worried. The 4 of Swords is like, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to let that consume me. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just not. This is like a tent. Whatever that situation, that is temporary. That is temporary. Okay. So the goal for day 22 is align body and intention. Your sample exercises take one physical action toward your goal. Your power prompt for day 22 is my actions anchor my intentions. Okay. So day 23, your card is the 5 of Swords. And I just heard it's not what you think. The 5 of Swords can be this energy of where you're thinking you're defeated. It's not what you think. So by day 23, and 23, 2 plus 3 is 5. And 5s can be challenging. They really can. 5s can be challenging. So, courage activation. It's not what you think. Courage activation is the focus for day 23. And so this is saying your goal is to act despite the fear, because it's not what you think. Okay. And whatever it is a temporary situation. It's not what you think. You may think that this is the end all be all, or maybe before coming into this, you thought that whatever you've been dealing with was the end all be all. So by day 23, you're realizing, no, I'm tapping into my courage. I'm the emperor. And something is activating, especially within your mind. So your sample exercise is do one thing you've been postponing. Procrastinate. Do one thing you've been postponing, because it's not what you think. Your power prompt for day 23 is, I move forward even when fear is present. Even when fear is present, I move forward. That's day 23. By day 24, your card is the Valet of Cups. This is the Page of Cups energy. There's some kind of type of offering. See, it's not what you think. You're going to be offered something that is beneficial. Or maybe you're offering yourself the allowance to act off of your feelings, to trust that little intuition, that feeling, that gut feeling. It may be faint, and it may be calling you to do something spontaneous, not impulsive, spontaneous. Okay. But day 24 is about commitment. It's the baby steps. It's the small things. Just take it day by day. Take this thing called life day by day, one day at a time. Commitment. Your goal is strengthen resolve. Your sample exercise is make a public or written commitment. It may be a small commitment, but it is a commitment. Okay. Your power prompt for day 24 is, I honor my commitments to myself. I honor my commitments to myself. Okay. Day 25, your card is the Three of Swords. Now, I feel like by day 25, you got the Three of Swords. Some things. The 3 is connected to the 3rd house. The 3rd major arcana is the Empress. So you may have been facing some trauma from your mother's side. And you're taking those baby steps and those action steps forward to heal that trauma. You're healing something. Something that has been painful, something that has been like heartbreaking. It could be a heart condition also. But you're healing from a broken heart, from something. And maybe you've been enduring this for a long time, since you were little, something like that. Maybe this is why you found the therapy that does actually work. This transformation has led you to the therapy that does actually work. It could be this channel. You know what I'm saying? In the other readings, whatever it is comes through me, could be the therapy. You know what I'm saying? So, day 25 is identity in motion. The goal is live as your future self. Man, it may be hard. It may be kind of like bittersweet energy to be releasing an old version of you. You may be crying. I feel like crying. 25, that's, day 25. And it's got Christmas energy. Day 25, December 25th. And I just feel like crying. Live as your future self. Your sample exercise asks, what would my future self do today? What would my future self do today? Your power prompt for day 25 is, I act from my highest identity. I act from my highest identity. Day 26, you have the Cavalier of Swords. Now, this is the Knight of Swords. Something significant about butterflies and skateboards, Chuck Taylors, Converse. The Cavalier of Swords is the Knight of Swords. Something is shifting. These shifts are happening quicker. Downloads are coming in quicker. You're taking action more quickly, more decisive action. You're not sitting in the energy or like stale, stuck energy. You're taking decisive action. The Cavalier, the Knight, is like forward movement. The Knight of Swords is particularly the fastest moving knight in the deck. So be careful of moving impulsively, but I feel like you're not doing that anymore, because in the past you may have been impulsive and that didn't turn out very well, while the Three of Swords came in on day 25. Okay. So if you face grief around the holidays, I think you are moving past that and you're not allowing that. I think over the years, even if it starts now or as we go like later into 2026 and look day 26, as we move farther into 2026 and when the holidays come around, it's not going to affect you like it used to. Okay, the grief, whatever it is. But day 26, you are refining the path. You are refining the path by day 26. Your goal is to adjust without quitting. I am not a quitter. That's the Knight of Swords. Ain't nothing gonna hold me back. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So adjust without quitting. Your sample exercise for day 26 is improve one process instead of abandoning it. See, the Knight of Swords could be like this quick action. It could be like escapism. Maybe there was some escapism. So improve one process without abandoning it. And abandonment, you could be suffering from abandonment issues as well. Maybe you grew up and you were not embraced lovingly, caringly, or whatever it is, like you wish you could have been. And so that could cause you to abandon things quickly. You don't hang in there on some things. It's like, I don't want to deal with that. Let me move past that right quick. You know what I'm saying? So adjust without quitting. Improve one process instead of abandoning it. And your power prompt for day 26 is progress over perfection. Because when you're going through transformation is not about to be pretty. This is about the progress. You know, you're not perfect. You know, and maybe you are still a little bit impulsive, but you're not perfect. But for the most part, you have like slowed down. You know, used your intention. You've set intentions and you've slowed down and methodically started to flow in your life. Progress over perfection. It doesn't have to look pretty. I can tell you now, transformation is not pretty. You know, you go through a transformation. I always go to construction. You got to tear something up. You got to demolish something. You got to dig into something. You got to plow through something. But then, man, when you go through the rebuild, it's so much better. If it's not done quickly, renovations that are not just thrown together, beautiful. And the finished product is more stable than what was there before, you know. So day 27, your card is Le Monde, the world. The world. Yeah, you're about to start a new chapter. So by day 27, this is talking about power integration. The world card is connected to Saturn. It's connected to Capricorn energy. And you see all the hands. We are the world. Well, they say we are the children. You're going to make a better day. So let's start living. Power integration. Your goal is balance, inner and outer work. The world card is the last major arcana. So this is saying that something is about to wrap up. So I really feel like those, generations of trauma and stress and karma, there's something that you are healing by day 27. And you're feeling very powerful. And now it's time for you to integrate that power into your world, into your reality. Okay, that's what time it is. Father time, Saturn. So balance inner and outer work. Your sample exercises reflect on how inner shifts changed external results. How have those inner shifts over this course changed your external results? And if you remember to, come back and let us know. Okay, your power prompt is I am aligned inside and out. I am aligned inside and out. That's day 27. So day 28, your card is the Seven of Pentacles. Something significant with black grapes. The Seven of Pentacles. And you could be wondering, like she's wondering, is my hard work paying off? Because the Seven of Pentacles is planting the seed, tending to the garden, and, wondering, when will I reap the harvest? When will I reap the harvest? Day 28, mastery moment. This is a mastery moment. The goal is acknowledge the growth. I love it. Acknowledge the growth. The sample exercise is write a letter to your day one self. Write a letter to your day one self. The power prompt, I honor how far I've come. I honor how far I've come. Day 29, you have Le Force, the strength card. You're definitely stronger by day 29. Day 29's focus is the legacy vision. And look, she's holding the baby. The legacy vision. The goal, think beyond yourself. What are you doing all this for? Even if you don't have children, if you don't have family or, anything like that. The energy that you put out is helping, or it could be a detriment to your environment. And you got to look at the bigger picture. What energy am I putting out here? Think beyond yourself. You got this. Stay strong. At this point, you have powered forward. You are very strong by the day 29. Exercise, or your sample exercise for day 29 is define how your transformation serves others. Define how your transformation serves others. The power prompt, my growth ripples outward. It definitely does. My growth ripples outward. The energy that we embody, it does impact others, whether we are trying to heal ourselves and others or not. The energy that you put out, the energy you embody on a day-to-day basis affects the people around you. And they say that your energy can affect up to 700,000 people in this world. So by day 30, what is your last card? How do we end this? Baby, let me tell you something with the High Priestess. So notice that your last 2 days are major arcanas. There's big change that has been made. Now you are more self-assured. You're not second guessing a lot of things. You just know. The High Priestess is Pisces energy. Okay. So your clairs have opened up. You've become more clairvoyant, possibly. But you have this unshakable faith and this trust, and you're like, nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Day 30, the great work complete. The goal, seal the transformation. Your sample exercise, create a closing ritual or affirmation. Your power prompt, I have completed the great work and it continues through me. Okay? I have completed the great work and it continues through me. So there is one piece of your journey. There is some kind of karma or trauma that you have healed by the end of this transformation. And, you may feel like I'm always healing from something. I'm always doing this work for this or that, the work is never complete. The work is complete. It's like this piece of the journey. The work on this piece of the journey is complete. So now you are in this position where you've healed this thing, and so you move on so that you can keep ascending. Okay? And you can get closer and closer to your highest self. The high priestess is like your highest self. Okay? And through this journey, you have embodied the Hierophant and the high priestess, which would be the power couple in the tarot. You know what I'm saying? And so that is the 30-day transformation, the alchemist pivot. Let's get some additional messages. I want to see at this point what is on the top and the bottom of the tarot deck. And then I'm going to pull the oracle cards. On the top of the tarot deck, we're at the Four of Cups. Okay. So make sure you're not missing something. Okay. Make sure you're not missing something. And at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles. Your focus, man, I feel like you're going to be more focused than ever. You're going to be upskilling in a way. Upskilling at your whole life. Okay. And there's something about a new love for your life that I feel like that Eight of Pentacles just gave me. Okay. So I want to get into the metaphysical cannabis oracle last, because they have this book that I want to see what the passage is. So the oracle deck that we'll get into now is going to be the Keepers of Light Oracle. The Keepers of Light Oracle. So we'll shuffle and see what comes out. And we'll also see what's on the top and the bottom of the deck. Final oracle messages. Okay. So you have Odin, psychic insight. I told you, ending with the high priestess like that, you have so much more psychic insight. So you're seeing things through your inner eye. You call it the third eye, or the mind's eye. Odin here. It says your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Top of the deck energy is the Miriam, sacred vision. Something about lilies. Peace. You're feeling that peace. There's this energy of Mary Magdalene coming through. Not Mary the mother, but Mary Magdalene coming through. Miriam. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And you can let go and you can continue to love, even if you love from a distance. You just make peace with a situation that you have been dealing with. Okay? And then at the bottom of the deck, you have Sanat Kumara with light activation. I told you that water was reactivating key codes within us. And I don't know if you can see the key codes from here. Let's see if I can focus it. See? There's key codes that's been activating. Some light within you is activated by the end of this transformation. Okay? And it says, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Okay. So finally, we're going to pull from the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle. And I just want one. Okay. Because I'm going to go into the book and read the passage. So if more than one comes out, just know that I'm going to take the top one. Or within the shuffle, if something kind of acts like it wants to jump but doesn't, then I'll take that. But definitely connecting in with herbs is going to be beneficial. Even if it's through teas. Okay, so we have grace. Yes. Now, in this deck, Paul the Venetian came through. Look at that. Experiencing grace. I'm going to show you this. Experiencing grace, and then you have grace that came out of the metaphysical cannabis deck also. So grace is when something could have taken you out, but it didn't. So you're experiencing grace by the end of this 30-day transformation. Okay? Grace. Asanyan. And this person, one of his arms is cut off. It looks like he's blind in one eye. But he's persevering, pressing through. Let's see what his message is. Asanyan. Grace. Let me see where it is. Asanyan is on page 99. Yeah, you're definitely by the end. Nines are endings. Okay? So by the end of this, you're seeing the grace that's been placed upon your life. You may be looking back, over all the things that you persevered through, that you went through, what didn't kill you and how it made you stronger, See if I can get you to see him clearly, this image. Asanyan. Let me see if I can find it while I hold this here. So it says, Asanyan is the god of the forest, magic, power, and healing, and his herbs have the power to send away the negative forces in your life, also called Ajogun or Ajogun, Ajogun. His long beard is intertwined with vines and herbs to symbolize that humans are one with nature, and the true roots will be revealed if you embrace your surroundings. You are a natural healer and must remember this of Asanyan. If Asanyan has appeared in your spread today, clearly. Okay, so no matter what your situation may be, you can connect to the magic of the forest to find the solution you are seeking. Sometimes everything you need is right around you, and there is no need to feel anxious about not having all the perfect elements. You can create change with your thoughts first, and your actions will naturally follow. This card appears when you have been too hard on yourself and you deserve to take a break. Set aside some time each day to do nothing but rest. Okay. So that's the end of the TAP course, TAP the Alchemist Pivot. Like I said, if you want a copy of this PDF, you can email me. Please make a donation, at least $1, and I will email you this. So you can, refer back to this. I'm going to go through and put timestamps in for each day, and I'm going to, on the timestamp, it will have your focus. The focus of the day is what it would be. Okay. So thank you so much for going through this course with us. I wish you well. Until next time, we'll see you in another video. Love.